isn't strong enough.
Okay.
Just quickly, while we're on that point, have all the judges seen which projects they'll be asking questions to in the Telegram group?
The judges should stay here, right?
Are we live on YouTube, Emmanuel? Wow.
Emmanuel has started streaming. Anything we're waiting for to start?
Not that no, I think we're good.
Okay. Let's go then. Let's start this.
I think we're still in practice mode.
Emma, you might want to start.
Start webinar.
All right, I'm going ahead start now. Cool.
So welcome everybody just coming in. It's a very, very exciting day for both developers, users, and even companies in the space. So we are very, very excited to have you here with us today. In true Africa fashion, let's just give everyone a few minutes to join, and then we'll be getting started on today's exciting program. So are you excited, Chidabim?
Very, extremely. It's been how many weeks of hard work?
It's been 11 weeks of hard work from not just the teams that you're going to see today, but so many different teams backstage.
Thank you for coming. Give people another 2 minutes.
So hello, everyone across Africa. While we're waiting, just let us know in the chat below where you're joining us from, which country. Nigeria, Hungary, wow. Where are my South Africans? I hope you're here in the house.
Nigerians are everywhere.
Everywhere. Tumi, there we go, Mzanzi. A lot of Nigerians, some Kenyans, Ugandans, beautiful.
Finland.
Wow, Spanish. So hello everyone across Africa. While we're waiting, just let us know in the chat below where you're joining us from, which country. Nigeria, Hungary, wow. Where are my South Africans? If you're here in the house. Emma, I think there's some delay with the audio there. Sounds like it's sorted. Wow, okay. So we can see everybody is absolutely flooding in. We're very excited to have you here from not just across Africa, but from across the entire world, as we can see. Hey, Chidabim?
Yep, Canada. Interesting.
Ooh, Mozambique, nice. So most of you will have a project at least today that'll be representing your country, for those of you who are in Africa. And just to give you a rundown of today's programming, like Chidabim said, each one of these teams have been extremely hard at work for the past 11 weeks. And today, you're going to be joining us to celebrate the culmination of 11 weeks of hard work. So today, we're going to be demoing in the demo show the top 10 teams and projects that they've developed over the last 11 weeks. And you're going to get to see the projects in action. You're going to get to hear from the founders or the team leaders directly. And also, I think now is an appropriate time for us to introduce our absolutely esteemed judging panel. So we are very blessed to have these people with us today, aren't we, Chidabim?
Yeah, extremely. These are people that are doing amazing things in the industry, blockchain as well as tech, highly esteemed judges. So I know you'll be excited to hear from them today. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. So Brenton, I think you can go ahead with introducing them.
Perfect. So judges, we're also, like Chidabim said, very happy to have you here today. In fact, a lot of the crowd probably want to see you. We've got some low-key celebrities with us in the crypto sector. So we've got some of the senior bundle team, including one of the founders or the founder, who everybody across Africa knows, which is Yele, as well as some of the senior blockchain engineers. We've got some of the top members of blockchain associations for countries. We've got some of the senior Binance Smart Chain team, and we've got the director of Binance Nigeria and Africa, who we all know very well, Emmanuel Babalola. So judges, Yele, Hugo, Bubs, Aiken, Oluchi, Chuta, and Yele, can you guys just give the crowd a little hello? And we are so grateful to have you here with us today.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, guys. Hi.
Hello.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Mohammed.
How's here?
Very nice
Also,
hoodie you have
thanks.
on there, Bubs, I must say.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Glad to be here. Yeah.
Long time no see, huh?
Yeah.
And then, of course, in addition to all of these exceptionally talented judges that we have today, we have the top 10 teams that have graduated from the demo show presentation. So again, just a quick recap. We're going to be going through the projects one by one. They're going to be giving you a short walkthrough of what exactly they developed, which will be presented by each team's group leader. And after each team's presentation, our esteemed judging panel will ask them 1 or 2 questions about the presentation they just did. And based on this presentation and these questions, each or our entire judging panel will give each project a score. And as you could imagine or would have guessed, at the end of today, we will have today's winning project of the 11-week Binance Smart Chain Africa Developer Program. So a lot of exciting stuff happening today. In addition to the judging panel and presenting these demos, we also have some very, very exciting news that we have been waiting for today to break to you. So some of our judges and the Binance team will be touching on that after we see the projects. And then we'll be announcing our winners for today. So sit back. I hope you've got all of your snacks and everything ready. Just to give you a small heads up, we've got to see some of these projects firsthand, and we are in absolute awe. So we know you are going to be too. So projects, are we ready? No pressure.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes. Brilliant. So Chidaman, can you tell us who the first project that we'll be presenting is?
Perfect. So kicking off this exciting demo show, we have Group 1, represented by TJ. He will be showing us a demo show of the project Evolving Trust through harnessing the transparency and audibility of blockchain and DeFi. Interesting. So TJ, are you ready?
Cool. Thank you, Chedabum. Let me just share my screen and then we can go.
All right, let's go. Well done on getting here.
Thank you.
How many weeks of hard work? Okay, let's go.
Okay, so my screen should be shared right now.
Yes.
So I'm here to tell you today, be paid to participate during elections. Using Liberty on the block vote, which is our application that we are presenting here. The bane of our elections is loss of integrity, whether accident or corruption, and it costs our countries billions. So BlockVote introduces a new technique, which is cascade encrypted obfuscation on the Binance blockchain. In 3 easy steps, we protect the people by severing their vote from their identity with CEO. We harness the blockchain for full on-chain solution, and we reward election participation through our staking and farming reward interface with the Liberty token. Blockchain is well known for its transparency, auditability, and decentralized properties, and can support us with our evolution of trust. And though blockchain can serve as a great solution for auditability, it's a double-edged sword, making anonymity of voting on the blockchain difficult. There have been vast amounts of various criticisms towards using the blockchain for election polling. This is why we have developed BlockVote using the cascade encrypted obfuscation technique. Let's deep dive. Part of the solution is to make it difficult to guess the candidates during decryption. In order to do that, the candidates each have a key with a small character range to have collisions between the character in each position, creating a first layer of obfuscation. These characters will be split apart and sent to the participating voters during voting. After the voter has registered and voting phase begins, voters will be randomly batched to prevent collaborated injection attacks. They then cast their votes, encrypting them with each other's keys, which are sent to the decryption buffer. And the votes will then be decrypted and finally sent to the tally, where they can be displayed. So BSC African All-Stars have only enabled a change to the world. The change is now up to the world to make an adoption. And a special shout out to Martins, Demi, and Favor. Thank you very much for your dedication and hard work and contribution. Any questions?
Wow, brilliant stuff, Chad. And congratulations to the Africa All-Star team. So to be getting a little bit of better insight into the project that Chad and his team, the African All-Stars, have developed, our esteemed judge Yele from the Binance Smart Chain team, some of you may know as Prophet, and Oluchi from Bundle will be asking some questions just to get a better understanding of the project. So go ahead, judges.
Okay, hello guys. I'm going to ask about one question, like while writing a voting application, what do you think is the most difficult thing for you?
The most difficult thing was overcoming the power of the blockchain's transparency. It's quite something when you hear about, yes, you can be anonymous on the blockchain, but then when you're actually working with the transparency of the blockchain, you quickly learn that it's not that easy. Specifically in voting, it's because you have to register and stop duplicate registrations, as well as hide the identity of the voter.
Okay, good.
Luigi?
Hello, Oluchi.
Hi, Luchi. I think maybe you're just muted.
Just join the panelist now.
Okay. If I were okay, on behalf of Oluchi to ask another question.
Hello.
Okay. Oluchi, can you?
So can you hear me?
Hi, Lucia, I can hear you.
Yeah, so great work so far, group one. The question I have is, how do you ensure the votes are fair and just, preventing the same person from voting more than once, and making money off the system, since there's reward for getting to vote?
Okay, so to answer the question in two parts, First, how do we keep the uniqueness of voters? During the registration process, we will do identity checking with the general government systems. So that identity checking happens separately from the voting stage. So similar to how you go and register to vote. And it's at that point where you guarantee the uniqueness of voters. So for this demo, we had a LUN check going, and that LUN check just checks the validity. But in the real world, you would hook this up to a government database with the public data. The second part to your second answer is we'd be presenting this to governments, and it's actually all stakeholders, not just candidates, all stakeholders of the who want to understand the outcome of the elections. They would be most interested in funding an election. And what happens is once we disperse these funds amongst the voters, so it drives incentive for voters to vote, and it also that will allow for a fairer vote to happen, or a fairer election, because the more people, the bigger the outcome, usually the fairer the election.
Very, very nice. So that was our first project from the African All-Stars. I know we haven't seen any other ones yet, but definitely looks like a competitor to me. So,
Cool,
Chidima, who do we have next?
Okay, first off, all group representatives, please turn on your videos, okay, as you present. So up next, we have Albertus of group 33, presenting ALM like Uniswap. Interesting. Albertus, are you ready to go? Let's go.
Fantastic theme. Thank you so much. Thank you to my colleague TJ. Hello world, welcome to ADEX, Africa's first decentralized exchange. Please, can you guys just confirm you can see my screen before I continue?
Yes, we can.
Okay, fantastic. The ADEX platform is designed with the purpose to give the buying power back to African economies and its people by creating Africa's first global currency and digital marketplace. Let's begin by looking at the ADEX staking exchange feature. Users can exchange their BNB for the protocol's native Africa token or vice versa. Users can stake their Africa token into the ADEX liquidity pool to earn interest and receive the governance token called Red Diamond, which can be used for voting rights on the ADEX protocol, making ADEX a decentralized autonomous organization driven by the community it was built to serve. Let's see it in action. First, let's switch to my preferred theme mode. Fantastic. We can see the Africa token balance of the user as well as the user's Red Diamond balance. We can also see the balance of the reserves of the ADEX protocol. Users can then exchange their BNB for Africa token or vice versa, but before doing so, can visualize their slippage. The more one takes from the reserves, the bigger the price impact. Let's go ahead and exchange our BNB for Africa token. Let's confirm in MetaMask. Then using BNC Notify, we can actually track the transaction in the testnet. Users can then exchange the Africa token for BNB. Let's confirm in MetaMask. Once again, we can see the transaction in the testnet explorer. Awesome. We're now the proud owners of Africa's first global digital asset. Now that we own some Africa token, let's stake our asset in the 8x protocol's liquidity pool. Can deposit, confirm with MetaMask, and we can see our liquidity go up. We can now withdraw from the liquidity pool and earn interest in doing so. Once confirmed, we can see our liquidity pool decrease. Just to note, we plan to implement a time-based lock-in mechanism to take this to the next level by allowing participants to stake one token while earning rewards in a different token and a higher APY rewards over a fixed period of time. Let's now look at 8x swap. Swap gives users to the AMM DeFi protocol for various trading pairs, with more to be added once live on mainnet. The 8x protocol is built with Binance Smart Chain, lowering exchange fees and gas fees for various trading pairs. Let's go ahead and swap some WBNB for ETH. Let's add our preferred amount. And let's confirm the swap. Let's confirm it in MetaMask. Transaction is complete. Let's wait for the confirmation. Fantastic. We are now the proud owners of Ethereum. The next tab that will be presented is the contracts tab. This will not be part of the mainnet deploy, but is added to showcase how we can use an oracle to convert off-chain data to on-chain data. This is used to set the Africa token price within the smart contract. An update data function is called, which updates the mapping that includes a data struct. The key is the bytes 32 data and the payload is the price. The Africa token, which is an ERC20 implementation, has a set price function where we ABI encode our bytes 32 key and call the Oracle get data off chain method available through the iOracle interface. We can see the functions here. And we can see the Africa token contract over here with the set price function. Let's go ahead and see this in action in the front end. We call the set price function, confirm in MetaMask. We can see the transaction on the testnet explorer. And we can see the token price has been updated. The next feature that we want to demonstrate in the 8x platform is the savings feature. Centralized and fiat saving platforms are always limited by fees and cross-border payment regulations that limit investing in other countries. With 8x, anyone in the world can save, lend, and invest in different DeFi protocols and start earning interest instantly. This is powered by the Zen Finance protocol. The flexible savings box feature is available to our users. Let's go ahead and deposit into our personal savings box. Let's approve our BUSD and let's do the deposit. Once again, we can see the transaction in the testnet explorer, as well as see all the different contract interaction in the Zen protocol. Let's now withdraw from our personal savings box. Confirm in MetaMask, and we can indeed see our BUSD balance increase in our wallets and our balance plus interest in our personal savings box decrease. Let's go ahead and look at some of the other features of the 8x platform. We use 3 different payment providers, Ramp, Wire, or Coinbase, to purchase digital assets with local fiat currency. We can see Ramp integration, Coinbase, and Wire. let's look at some of the other features of the 8x platform. If we look in the wallet, we can see that users are able to scan a QR code of their wallet address. We also have the ability to send BNB to our friends in either USD value or BNB value. And we can also display a QR code linked to our wallet so friends can send us digital assets. ADEX vision and mission. ADEX vision is to create an ecosystem where users can pay for goods or services at participating merchants who accept the Africa token as a form of payment either in store, using a point of sale system where merchants can accept the Africa token as a form of payment, and the entire process will be driven by the ADEX protocol. Merchants scanning the QR codes of users' wallets to receive payments into their wallets, or through the ADEX digital marketplace storefront, bringing Africa's products to the world. All the products and services are accessible through Africa's first global currency, removing high inflation and giving the buying power back to the people. Thank you, guys. That's all from Group 33. Any questions?
Well, so personally, I can see from the comments that everybody, including some of our senior guests, are absolutely blown away. So congratulations to Group 33. We can see that it took an exceptional amount of work, and you guys should be very, very proud of yourself.
Thank you so much.
So just to be unbiased, seeing that you use Zen Finance, we're gonna cut Hugo out of the Q&A portion here. But our two judges that will be questioning Group 33 and their project will be Yele from Bundle and Akin. So judges, shoot.
All right. Hi guys. Well done, Group 33. I think that was quite incredible. You know, it's a fully fledged AMM, so you can be very proud of what you've achieved. I had one question, and maybe you can just clarify for me. Can you sort of explain why the Africa token, so AFT, needed an oracle, and why you fixed the price, as opposed to it being something that would fluctuate in value?
So the idea and the concept behind the Africa token price was actually to peg it against something tangible. We know that Africa as a continent is very rich in resources. So we considered the opportunity of having a digital asset that is pegged against one of those resources, being either the price of gold or the price of any other natural resource that this country or this continent is very rich in. So that's really the idea and the concept behind it. It's to actually peg it against the price of gold.
Got it. Okay. Awesome. I think Akin can ask the next question. Thanks, Albertus.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Group 33. My question is that, did you guys think about solving some of the UX problems that are still inherent in crypto, for example, and especially if you are familiar with like African landscape, we know that a lot of users are really not familiar with this MetaMask and some of these tools that we use. Do you think of, or do you have any plans to sort of solve that kind of unsolved UX problems to ensure that users can use AMMs without having to learn about their keys, management, etc.? So what's your roadmap to ensure that this project can be widely accepted among Africans?
So yes, obviously with regards to trying to bring the application, the current stack is hard hat in the back end and React in the front end. When this gets moved to, say, React Native, knowing that most of the users today are actually on mobile devices or mobile screens, I believe that we could try to eliminate some of some of the needs for MetaMask interaction or to have to understand all of those things by disguising them in different mobile UI elements that could be presented to the end user.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. I mean, that looked much better than just a demo to me, I've got to say. So congratulations, team. Wow. I can't believe we're only 2 projects in, 8 to go. So Chidabim, what is going to be blowing our socks off next?
Okay, next up we have group 6 with Niniola, project on crowdfunding. Welcome, Niniola. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready to go. Welcome, children. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. All right, blow us away. We're ready.
Okay. So I hope you can all see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Niniola Adeshino. I'm the group leader for Group 6, and I'll be presenting on a decentralized application, a crowdfunding application called Get Funded. Get Funded is a blockchain-related crowdfunding business platform powered by Binance Smart Chain converting that connects potential creative, innovative entrepreneurs with investors. Unlike the native crowdfunding platform we know, where you have to go through the stress of signing up, login, email confirmation, you even go to the end of providing some of the sensitive material data such as your first name, last name, and other data collected. Get Funded doesn't require you to input any sensitive material data. The only data we get from you here is your email, and the email is only used to communicate to you, to give you feedback about your created campaign, to know the progress of your campaign, how it is going, how the contribution, whether the goal has been achieved or not. Now, to create a campaign on this platform, all you need to do is click on the Create New Campaign button, which is located at the top. Then it takes you to a new screen where you enter your campaign title, the campaign description, the campaign banner, which is the image of your campaign, the campaign goal, which is the amount you need, the amount you want to achieve from the campaign duration, which is the day, your email, which will be used to communicate to you, and a thank you message, which is sent to each of your contributors as they contribute to your campaign. Now you click on the Create Campaign button and you allow the campaign to be created. On successful creation, as a campaign owner, you have 2 buttons available to you. And these are the contribute to this campaign, to this project button, and close campaign button. The contribute to this campaign, to this project button allows you to input your little token, the amount you feel you can also offer to aid the achievement of your goal. So in this scenario, as a contributor, as a campaign creator, I also contributed to my campaign. And this is the thank you message gotten as inputted. Now I can make use of the second button, which is the close campaign button. In a situation where I feel probably I must have gotten money from another source, I can use the close campaign button to close my campaign. And when I do this, the campaign becomes closed. And automatically, since I'm also part of the contributor of my campaign, a new button will be available to me. With this button, yes, as you can see, I'm trying to close my campaign in this situation. I click on confirm, my campaign becomes closed. And since I'm also a contributor, a new button becomes available to me, which is claim refund. The claim refund helps us to checkmate the idea of losing your money as a contributor. The situation whereby you contributed to a particular campaign earlier, and the campaign owner doesn't need the fund anymore, and he decided to close the campaign. I can still visit the campaign and get my funds back, which also give me the privilege to use that money, the initial token, to contribute to any other campaign I feel, or keep the money, the token, back to my wallet. So when you click on claim refund button, the initially contribution I made will be withdrawn back to my wallet. As you can see in this scenario, my contribution was refunded back to me. Another situation is when your contribution as a contributor owner. You have a button open to you when your contribution or your campaign has been successfully fulfilled. That means the goal has been achieved. You have a new button shown to you, which is withdraw funds. The withdrawn funds allow you to get your campaign goal. That is the amount you initially input, the amount you initially want to get from the created campaign. And on successful withdrawal, this will close your campaign automatically, and it won't be available for further contribution or to any potential contributors. So looking at this, you have a lot of things that we checkmate, double contribution. Also, the issue of fraud has also been checkmate. Anybody can go away with your money. I can't say, okay, fine, I've achieved little of my contribution, so I can go away with the funds. It's impossible. If the campaign is not achieved, if it has not reached the campaign deadline, you cannot withdraw funds from it. Now I will take you to how the campaign works, how the smart contract works in the back end. Now, this is my smart contract here. I have a lot of functions that powers this decentralized application. And I also have the event of transfer, which helps me to handle the transfer method, approval, which gives approval to the spender. The spender needs to be given approval in order to transfer funds, either to the campaign contributor when he wants to withdraw from the fund, or to the campaign owner when he wants to withdraw the campaign goal, or to the contributor when he wants to withdraw the funds that initially contributed in a situation whereby the campaign was closed. So the approval needs to be given. Then after the approval has been made, then the transfer event is emitted. Now looking at my struct, I have the campaign owner address, which is payable. I have the campaign title, the campaign description, the campaign image, which is also the campaign banner, the campaign owner email, the thank you message, which is sent to the contributor as they contribute to the campaign. I have the campaign goal, which is the amount I intend to achieve to get from the campaign created. The total amount funded, which is the amount that has been contributed to the created campaign. Then the contributors count, which is the number of contributors to a particular campaign. The deadline, which is also the days, that is the deadline I want, the time frame I want to achieve my created campaign. Whether within 365 days, which is a year, a month, 30 days, 31 days, 7 days, a week, like that. And also booleans, which I use to check whether the goal has been achieved, to check if the campaign is opened, to check if the campaign actually exists. And also, we also map the address of each contributors to the amount contributed. And these are the series of functions we have, which is the create campaign function. The create campaign function collects the strings, which are the campaign title, the campaign description, the goal amount, the funding period in days. Also contains the campaign image and the campaign owner email. And this is a transfer function, which is used to transfer funds, either to the campaign creator, or the campaign owner, or the contributor. And this is the fund campaign. The fund campaign uses the campaign ID to get the campaign itself. It checks the amount to be funded by the contributor. If the amount is greater than 0 WI, then it can proceed, checks if the campaign exists, and check if the campaign is closed. Then when all these things have been checked and they are found to be true, that means the campaign exists and the campaign is not closed. Then the campaign deadline has not been met. Then successful contribution can be made. The campaign can be funded. And this is the function that handles the withdrawal of funds. And this function is called when the campaign owner clicks on withdraw funds. That's when the goal has been reached. And this is a transfer function used to transfer fund either to the campaign owner during the withdrawal process or to the contributor when he wants to reclaim the initial contribution. And this is the close campaign, which is the function that is called when the campaign owner decides to close the campaign, when he or she feels he has gotten the fund somewhere else and does not need the campaign goal anymore, can decide to close the campaign. So when the close campaign button is clicked, the close campaign function is called. Get contributions is used to get the contribution of a particular campaign, that is the amount that has been contributed using the campaign ID. Then the campaign details function handles the getting of the details of the particular campaign from the ID to the thank you message, the number of contributors, the campaign owner, the deadline, the total amount funded, the goal of the campaign, the image, the description of the campaign, and the name of the campaign are all returned in the get campaign details. Then we have the get total campaign. We return the total number of campaigns that has been created on the contract. And check campaign deadline. The check campaign deadline is used to see whether the campaign is active, whether the campaign deadline has been reached. If I set my campaign deadline to be 5 days, this function checks whether the 5 days has been reached or not. So with this, I've come to the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Very, very nice. I think addressing a very real problem, especially in Africa, giving these amazing initiatives and companies a potential opportunity to get funded. So we've got two very well-known judges up next. You go, Bubs. What questions do you have for Get Funded?
Yeah, okay, thanks. Very nice project. My question will be, I have a question and a suggestion, but my question will be, how are you preventing people from, just creating fake campaigns, right? Because we're doing this via crypto. Someone can just wake up and create a campaign, receive funds, and then disappear. And then my my suggestion would just be, I think for people, when a funding goal is reached, as a user is trying to withdraw his funds or her funds when they've reached their goal, automatically the all the remaining funds should be sent back to the people that contributed automatically. They don't really have to go and check, each campaign to know if the goal has been reached to withdraw, because that can be a very laborious task. Imagine you're a philanthropist and you're helping over 100 projects. Going back and forth will be really hard. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yes, to checkmate, thank you for the suggestion. And to also to checkmate, to check whether authenticity of a particular campaign, whether it's false or true. Sometimes a campaign can be easily seen from, you have the campaign banner, which you can also use to check. Like it's more like so this campaign banner I'm seeing here, which is Saving Pandas. The campaign title here is Saving Panda, and we also have the campaign description. Now, this campaign description contains the details. Probably the person must have included the party in concern. Probably this part of Africa is suffering from this. This is where the panda are living, probably a part of China or this. So you can easily cross-check those information with what you have online. If the person must have entered some data in the process of describing in order to draw potential contributors, investors, that if the potential investor can go through the process of checking, and also the company will also do that to check the authenticity of the project, because information these days is open source. You can easily check things, reach out to people around to see if actually those kind of the decision is actually true or not. Because I guess that's how most big companies also do. You register on Google your businesses and the rest. Then they check if that business actually exists around where you are. They might even tell you to provide some documents. But since this is a decentralized application, you also have security. You don't want to expose too much information, or you feel. So actually, the main purpose is to streamline some other consequence, like people not want to contribute to some campaigns because they feel they know the person behind it. Some people are actually like that. You know the person behind, you see the person name, or you feel this person is from a particular race or things like that. You feel you don't need to help, or you see Nigerians or in our scenario as a potential fraud and things like that. So I feel scrutiny will also be on that to check a particular campaign, how authentic it is.
Okay, thanks. Just one thing I wanted to mention, since this is a decentralized platform, the second thing would be, instead of having people, maybe having a central body handling everything, that we are creating a decentralized platform. So if probably you have like a token or something where people can stake funds, maybe this person trying to help pandas in maybe some places in Beijing or something, some place in China might need, maybe I have a community. So those community members can stake tokens, maybe your own tokens, right? Now, what happens is when the funding goal is reached, and of course the project has started undergoing execution, what you can now do is those tokens are now paid back to those people that staked it. So the idea is for you to be able to make sure you have a community, people that can really support, because having one individual doing a lot of research might be hard. But if I come to a platform and see that, wow, people from multiple places have staked, tokens, and these tokens might even be worth about 1/3 of the funding campaign or something by random people, it really helps to build confidence. So you know that once that project is out there, the tokens will always be paid back. Just something similar, something that has to do with, maybe staking, for people to have skin in the game, to know that if this project is fake, their tokens, which is what real money, will be taken away from them by the smart contract. So these are ways you can try to checkmate fraud, because a lot of people can create so many fake information online, and yeah. So that's just it. Thank you. Great presentation.
Thanks.
Yeah, awesome. That was a very important feedback, Niniola, that I think you should consider, because authenticity is one of the biggest limitations to this kind of crowdfunding project. I think aside from data collection and privacy, which you mentioned would be one of the advantages of your solution to the traditional, platforms. In your opinion, what do you think is the biggest benefit actually of a blockchain crowdfunding project to current, ones that we have, like GoFundMe, for instance? What's the biggest benefit of this kind of solution versus a good GoFundMe?
Okay, yes, the biggest benefit of this decentralized application is that it checks the idea of, one, you can't do a double spending, for which is what crypto blockchain has actually come to solve. Because you can't, whenever you want to contribute, you can't have issues of probably a network, or you do the transfer twice. And as a funder, as a contributor to a particular campaign, if you fund 400 or you fund 200 twice, it will be hard for you to understand that it was a mistake. But this has come to check. You can't do double spending at a time or in a particular sequence. And another is that the process of going through entering cards and all those has been solved. All you just need is enter, as far as you have a MetaMask connected to the website, all you just need is enter the amount you want to fund, then you proceed to funding. Then all these take matters of seconds. So you don't have to go through the process of entering OTP that might take minutes and the rest. Because most of philanthropists, they are big people and they're also time conscious and the rest.
Okay. I think aside user experience, one of the biggest benefits of blockchain crowdfunding projects that I see eventually that would happen would be the kind of global access that it provides. Considering that anybody anywhere can actually create these campaigns, and also that anybody anywhere can actually also fund these campaigns. No matter where you are in the.
Yes, it is not race bound. There's no racism attached. You don't have to. So that's one of it. Thank you, sir.
Brilliant. So, a lot of exciting projects across a lot of different sectors. So, Chidabam, who do we have next, and where does their project fall?
Okay, before I go ahead, just to reiterate, timing is critical for group representatives, so take note of that. All right, as we go on now, we have group 7 with Hafiz presenting a project on decentralized charity funding. Okay, Hafiz, are we ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Yes, all right, go ahead, shoot.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, I want to share my screen so we can get started. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Perfect. I can, yeah.
Okay. All right, so our project is, my name is Abdulhafiz for start, and I am representing Group 7. So our project is on a decentralized charity funding application. And this application is majorly streamlined to ensure that the needy can actually get help from our platform using the power of the blockchain. So this particular project is community driven. And so it was necessary for us to actually power it with 2 different tokens to automate a community kind of effort from everyone, and to ensure there are certain incentives for each of the party involved in the on the platform. So immediately you need to register, and the registration is a simple email address, and just email address only, really, and then you choose a password, and then you can register. And then the reason why we actually expected everyone to register is to ensure that there is some blockage when it comes to ensuring there is no fraud is not really, since it's voting based. We want to ensure people don't just get the voting token randomly and start using it to promote the wrong funding account. So now we have 2 tokens, which is the voting token and then the charity token. So immediately you register, you'll be auto-provisioned a wallet, and with that wallet, you'll get a welcome bonus of 200 VCT that you can start using on the platform instantly. And then you can also send BNB to that your personal wallet and use it to swap for the charity token, and then eventually the vote token if you need extras, though you'll be getting more from some other activities on the platform. So on the dashboard, it's possible for you to see all of your balances so that you can do what you need with each of the token. Then you also have a voting profile to ensure that you can't vote more than 10 times in a day. This is to ensure that a single person do not get to fully drive a particular funding account to activation. Then also you can see your voting profile on the dashboard also to see the projects you've contributed to in the past. So this particular project is powered by 3 different stakeholders. And the first is the core community members that participate in voting. So basically, they will come to the platform, they will see funding accounts, they will read through their description. For those that actually don't want to be too anonymous, that drop supportive document like pictures or PDF or anything that shows the authenticity of what they are trying to use the money for, then the community can actually review this thing, and then they get to stake their vote on anyone they feel would be good enough for philanthropists to actually want to contribute for. And also by doing this, also they have their own incentives, in the sense that for each completed campaign and target fund made, all of them will get 5% of the contribution directly sent to their personal account, and they can always swap that for BNB and withdraw from the application. So this will ensure 3 things. For the voters, their sentiments is to ensure that they are only supporting the right funding accounts. And this is because 1, they always have limited voting rights per day. And then 2, if they vote the wrong campaign that doesn't get fully funded, they do not get the charity tokens, which is their own reward for their participation on the platform. Then the second stakeholder is the needy, rather, the person that would create a funding account. And also the sentiment this person needs is to ensure that he can convince the community to actually activate their funding account. And then once this is done, they can actually get the benefit of funding. And then the last stakeholder is the philanthropists that will come to the platform to just ensure they can contribute their own quota to humanity. So for the platform is powered by HTML, CSS, and JavaScript on the front end, and on the back end, Node.js is actually used for authentication. And also, since this platform is not running MetaMask, which means it's it's directly provisioning a wallet system for the user, and so the private keys need to be moved away for security reason for any centralized server. So they are fully managed in an encrypted manner on a MongoDB database. And then for file storage, because of the file proof that the user will be adding also, the file storage is powered by IPFS rather, so which also make it decentralized. And then Binance Smart Chain is the one powering the backend, and Solidity is the language used for the smart contract we are using. So, but because we know that everyone involved in this project would need more incentives, the plan is not to just stop at what it is currently. So we plan to list the charity token on exchanges so that it won't just be the value of BNB that drives the value of the charity token. It will also be the demand and supply of the token itself. And then we will plan to fine-tune the distribution approach and burning technique also that will ensure that the token itself is not majorly controlled by any any will or anything, so that at least the demand and supply part of things is well architectured. And then also we plan to fine-tune the precautionary measures to ensure that the procedure is more transparent and tamper-proof. And then adding other donation modes actually helps, like bidding and auctioning. This will give more opportunities for the needy. So it won't just all about be about donations. Also, people that actually want to just sell off things they have at a discount and stuff like that, they can actually come to this platform where a community-driven effort can actually ensure the best person actually gets the bid or the auction. And then also we can ensure there is a reward-based system for sharing any of the accounts, funding accounts, so that with more engagement, you get rewards in either VCT or charity tokens. Thank you very much.
Wow, another brilliant project in the charity and funding space. So to be asking this project questions, we'll be coming back to Oluchi and Prophet. So judges, go ahead.
Hello. Okay, hello.
Hello, good
really
evening.
awesome. Okay, yeah, so really awesome project. The question I have is around the community voting. How do you ensure that, some group of community members do not come together to, vote their public favorite projects or their own project over and over again? Like, they just come up with different projects and then this group of persons keep like voting them over and over again.
And that is why ideally the project has 3 different stakeholders. So if you keep voting your own project over and over again, and they don't really have the incentive, the content to get fully funded, what will just happen is that you won't be able to get the benefit of the votes. That means you've just wasted your votes. Because beyond you just voting this and activating this account, the philanthropists also will still need to ensure that, wow, this has been activated and I love it. So if you are you're pulling dude charity for a funding account, and you created them and you keep voting them to activation, and then the philanthropists are not really buying it, that means you've just been wasting your VCT tokens that you use for the voting.
Okay, yeah, so that's great. So there are like two layers: philanthropist review and as well as community members vote.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Well done.
And I'm going to ask about why do you separating the governance token and the donation token? Because I noticed that you can get the charity token by voting, right? And
yes, you can get
introduce
it by
more about the tokenomics of the charity token.
All right. So ideally, the voting token itself will not be listed, and you do not get any direct value from it. So it's only meant to encourage community-based activities on the platform. Like on the roadmap, also when donations and when the biddings and auctions kicks in, also the voting token would actually do a lot of will expose the user to a lot of other activities also on the platform. So in essence, it's just to drive community-based actions on the platform. It doesn't really have any direct, value for the user. So it's when they when they participate in the community activity, the platform activities, and they get rewarded in CHT. That's when they actually get their core value. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Hello, I didn't get that.
Prophet, do you want to go ahead? Yele?
Yes.
Do you have a question for the project?
Yeah, I have done my question.
Oh, yes. So sorry, Oluchi, do you have a question for the project?
No, I've asked already.
Okay, perfect. So, Chidam, I think let's move on to the next project, which I'm quite excited about. I know it's something that is definitely quite needed in the African space. So, go ahead and introduce the next project.
All right. For the next project, we have Leo of Group 10 with identity management. Okay. Leo.
Thank you very much. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, I'll share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Kenneth Wenamo, and I'm here to represent Group 10 on identity management system. So existing identity management system is neither secure nor reliable. And at every point in our life, we regularly have to prove who we are by sharing our IDs. Sharing multiple IDs leads to privacy concerns and data breaches.
So it's not like
Enter Tendity. Tendity is a decentralized application which leverages the power of blockchain to connect each and every person that uses their identity to connect to the digital space. We are talking about approximately 20% of the world population here. Think of private, public institutions, universities, governments. How does this work? Let's follow Jackie Lee as she creates her digital identity. While she's doing that, let me explain a little bit of the technology behind this. Tendity was built on the Binance Smart Chain and IPFS using smart contracts written in Solidity. Front end were written in React and Web3, and MetaMask was used as our wallet. When data is created, like Jack Lee just did now, it is stored on IPFS, then a digital identifier is created and stored on the blockchain. This acts as an identifier to where Jackie Lee's data is being stored. Now we go over to the organization part of this project and see as the organization tries to send a request to Jackie Lee to give them permission to be able to use her data. When Jackie Lee gets this, she has a decision to make. She either accepts or rejects this. And if she does accept it, she clicks the approve button. And when she does this, her data is being signed by her private key. This way, third parties that are looking for her data are sure that the data has not been tampered with and that it is really hers. Now we can see Jackie Lee has given this organization approved to use her data. The Tendity solves a couple of problems: identity theft, KYC onboarding problem, lack of control over one's data. Having control over your data makes it portable, and the owner of the data can monetize this. Imagine not filling an authentication profile every time you visit a new site, or even trying to open a new bank account. Doctors' reports, COVID-19 test results, or vaccine certificates can be issued on the system, and during your immigration process, they can be sure that the certificate was issued by an authenticated source. Tendity is the first step to having a virtual identity. And since it is about yourself, you have the keys to determine how your identity is managed. And in the world where data is exploited, not having to be concerned about this is a step in the right direction. Ours has been an exciting journey, backed by the best group I can imagine. I would like to thank Binance for this opportunity. Thank you.
Wow. I mean, I never cease to be blown away by the project that you've managed to put together in just 11 weeks, to all of you out there listening. So we have got Yele of Bundle and our own director of Binance Africa, Emmanuel Babalola, who will be questioning this brilliant project. So Team, go ahead.
All right.
Okay, can you go first?
All right. Awesome work again. Like Brenton said, I'm just amazed by, the projects that we're seeing. So my question for you is, what types of organizations do you see as your first set of users? And then number two is, what is the incentive for users to sign up to Tentity?
Okay, thank you for that. Well, the first set of users I can imagine right now are people that are struggling with KYC onboarding problems like banks. Banks are a good organization that will make use of this. This will reduce a whole lot of problems that they have right now. And as for incentives, well, this is part of the project. We just, due to time constraints, we weren't able to implement this. So we are supposed to have a token for this that people will issue as an incentive. And when you register and put up an ID, you get an incentive for doing so. And there is also a part of the project where we get organizations, universities, and government entities to issue people their IDs. So when, like, say you graduate from a university or school, can issue your certificates digitally. That way, when somebody requests for you to have your ID and you accept, they can be certain that your ID is authentic. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so Babs here. I think still talking about go-to-market strategies, considering the problem of identity management being one that is a relevant issue across the continent. Yeli has asked about you knowing who you're selling to, right? But in terms of what the major bottlenecks would be, the actual bottlenecks, in terms of getting this application mainstream, what are those bottlenecks, and also how would you go about solving them?
Okay. Well, first of all, major problem we have in Africa here is getting people to use a project like this. And in my opinion, having a KYC project can't exist alone. I think it should be paired with another, not like can't exist alone, to pair with another project, like say an alternative saving platform, because we need to pay the blockchain when we send data to it. So people sending data and having their coins being charged, I think having something that an incentive like the other panelists asked to help cover that will help people get on board with the project.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Group 10, for an amazing project, and Leo for presenting for us. Chenebo, who do we have up next?
Right. Up next, we
did not work on this. Why are these people trying to set me up?
Is everything okay? Okay. Up next, we have Group 16 with Tovier presenting Stablecoin project. Okay, this is an interesting one. Are we ready, Group 16?
Yes, we are.
All right, shoot.
Yes, we're ready. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay. So, can you see my screen? Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, yes, so my name is Tovier Moses Ozi. I'm presenting the Alpha stablecoin on behalf of Group 16. So our fund is trying to solve the problem of cryptocurrency volatility. We all know that the major cryptocurrencies are like Bitcoin and Ethereum are highly volatile. Just looking at the markets, Bitcoin was above 60,000 a few weeks ago or a week ago, and now dropped below 50. So because of this, it's difficult to denominate goods and services in these cryptocurrencies. You cannot price your goods in Bitcoin. Also, you cannot issue debt in Bitcoin. And maybe contracts as well. If you want to set up contracts and price services, you cannot do that programmatically on the blockchain. So that is the point of a stablecoin. Stablecoin is not collateral backed. It is non-collateralized. It targets the price of $1 US, and it does this via the rebase mechanism. So we get a price feed of our coin's price, and then when the price of the coin falls below the target price, we will reduce the supply of the coin. So everybody that owns the coin will have their wallet balance, will see their wallet balance reduce. And when the coin price rises above the target price, the supply of the coin will increase, and everybody will see their wallet balance increase across all wallet balances. So this is the rebase mechanism, and this happens once every day. So far in our project, we have built a website to inform people about our fund coin and its properties. You can see our documentation here, where we lay out how the coin works, our roadmap. We have also set up our coin so that you can see your balance. Right now, we have our coin deployed on the testnet, so you can see the balance of your coin. So if I come here and connect my wallet, sorry, I don't know if you can see this. The MetaMask did not open up in my screen share. Can you see this? Yeah, so yes, you can connect and then view your wallet balance. So right now, I have about 100 million of the fund coin. And when a rebase happens, if the rebase reduces the supply, then my wallet balance will reduce as well. So this is what we've done on the front end, which is built with React, and which is built with React. And then we have contracts on the back end as well to enable the coin. The coin is an ERC20 token, so it supports all the ERC20 functions, as well as there are associated contracts to get the price of our coin. We're using Chainlink on the Binance Smart Chain. So once the coin is deployed to the Binance mainnet and it's being traded on exchanges, we are going to get price feeds from those exchanges. So that will let us know the price of the coin. And then we can use the Oracle contract will help us get those prices through Chainlink. And then we can use those prices to determine whether to increase supply or reduce supply. We also have, with our Chainlink, we also have a Chainlink contract to enable the automatic rebasing, so that once every day, a rebase happens. And this rebase only happens if the price of the coin is 5% above or below our target price. So this is what we have set up. We have a roadmap for further work, because there is still plenty of work to be done. Deployment on mainnet, fine-tuning the listing on exchanges, fine-tuning our monetary policy so as to better target the price peg. And perhaps in future, we might also introduce a governance token so that much of this fine-tuning work will be left out of the hands of the core team and put into the hands of the community members. I am very grateful to Binance for allowing us this opportunity, and also for our powerful team members for all the work they have done. Thank you very much.
Wow, an algorithmic stablecoin project. That is absolutely brilliant. I think, so let's just make sure we're all muted. Yeah, there we go. So brilliant project. And to be questioning the Alpha project and the algorithmic stablecoin will be Hugo and Chuta. So judges, go ahead.
Yeah, very good project, Alpha One. I'm very impressed. I like your rebase mechanism, you know, for keeping the prices like very stable. So I just have one question, and that question would be, really, when we look at the entire blockchain ecosystem, we realize there are so many stable coins, right? So why will I want to use Alpha One as opposed to maybe like BUSD or DAI, you know, or some other stable coins? Why would I want to work with or use Alpha One? Yeah.
Okay, BUSD is collateralized. They are trying to maintain a one-to-one peg with the US dollar. They're supposed to keep a reserve of dollars. We are non-collateralized, and we believe that this is a more efficient solution, more capital efficient solution, because the purpose of money is one of the purposes of money is to be a unit of account. And the purpose of the blockchain is to be decentralized. So it's better to break the connection with fiat currencies, but still be able to fulfill the functions of money. BUSD does not maintain that connection. So this is an improvement on BUSD. As for DAI also collateralizes with a basket of other cryptos. So basically, and those cryptos are also highly volatile. And because of that, it has to over collateralize. So that is not actually efficient use of capital. So that is also a weakness. And for that reason, the currencies like DAI, they struggle to compete with the fiat collateralized stable coins because they over collateralize. So this, the Alpha coin does not suffer from those features. It is meant to be a primitive, a base layer. It is not supposed to be dependent on any other currency for its validity. And that is why we are increasing and reducing the supply based on the demand for the coin.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I'll allow the second judge to ask, because I have like one more question, but it's fine. But you have a great project. Like, I'm very impressed. I have like one more question. I think the next judge.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Victor. Congrats for your project, and I think it's quite impressive. But I'm just worried at this point, and I want to find out what use case scenario did you envisage to use a project like yours? And we've seen a lot of stablecoin projects out there. Do you have a particular industry that you have in mind that will be endeared to a project like this? Because what's the point in building a project when you're not sure a particular individual or a particular community of individuals will find it useful? So just let us know.
Okay, the Alpha stable coin is meant to be used for denominating the price of goods and services. So you want to set the price of a good or service, you set it in the price of Alpha without reference to fiat currency. And because it is going to track, it's going to maintain a peg, the price is set for that good will not suddenly change in value because the value of the currency changed. So that is its main case. It's supposed to be a base layer. The value is something that will accumulate over time. It's something that, as the currency demonstrates its stability and demonstrates its utility, more people will begin to set up contracts that denominate their services in the Alphon coin, and more people will switch over from using the fiat coins to transacting directly with Alphon. It's kind of similar to the use case of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been around since 2008, but it's only in 2020 that we are seeing institutional adoption. So this is like a long-term project, and buy-in with something that we're expecting that will happen over the long term.
Okay, thank you. Even though you didn't get to specifically point to who and who might want to use the stable coin that you just created like that, I was expecting that you could like point specific industry use, but that's fine. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Group 16. Very interesting algorithmic stablecoin project. So Chidabam, as we start approaching the tail end of our presentations today, I don't know how much more amazement I have left in me to give. So what do we have next, Chidabam?
Right, up next, we have Group 21 with a decentralized insurance for smart contract risks. Okay, who will be presenting Group 21? We have Jimo.
Yeah.
Jimo, yeah. All right, let's have it, please.
All right. Pleasure to be here. Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Juma Mubarak. I'll be presenting a DeFi protocol called Binance Insurance. Binance Insurance is a decentralized insurance governed by its members, and its primary product is to provide covers for smart contracts. Binance Insurance is built on the Binance Smart Chain using Solidity for the back end and VJS with WebPJS for the front end. This is the claim assessment chart. You can have a good look at it in our light paper. Binance Insurance issues a standard BSC token called JRC token, or rather RANS token. What are the use cases or benefits of JRC token? JRC token can be used for claim assessment, governance, and serve as voting rights. It can also be mined. Member can also stake their JRC token for rewards. JRC platform will also use JRC token for community incentives. Also, JRC members will earn NFTs as reward if they provide liquidity to the pool. These NFTs can ensure no impermanent loss occur to our liquidity providers. This is our tokenomics summary. This chart shows what happened to the JRC token used in purchasing insurance cover in the platform. This is the insurance front end, a user-friendly platform, quite simple and easy to navigate. You can easily swap your token, buy cover, stake your token, apply for claim assessment. Being a member of Binance Insurance gives you all these benefits, incentives, transparency. Life is too short to pay for expensive smart contract premium. If you choose Binance Insurance, you will never stop smiling. So why wait? All what is needed from you is to pay a membership fee of 0.1 BNB. Unfortunately, there are some jurisdictions that are restricted. We're working on that. So how do you go about the payments? Simple. You just have to connect your Binance address to the Binance platform using MetaMask. Once it's connected, just scroll down the page. You find the payment button, and you pay for membership as a member. This is our roadmap for future developments. For the quarter one, we have a market team, we have a protocol development. There's still a lot to work on. There will be sales of private token and collaboration with other DeFi companies and exchanges. In Q2, we're going to launch our smart contract insurance. Q3, the early investors, the token holders, will get discount from centralized insurance company. And for the Q4, there will be creation of liquidity pool. And this liquidity pool, for those that provide liquidity, there will be NFTs for them in case of impermanent loss, which has been a problem for liquidity providers. We believe NFT is going to solve that problem. I would like to quickly thank Binance for this great opportunity. I would like to appreciate our facilitators and also my amazing team. It has been a long, productive journey all along. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. So to be questioning this amazing project, which is quite unique, we'll be asking Yile or Prophet and Oluchi to return. So judges, what questions do you have?
Hello, yeah. I have been noticed that there have been some insurance application, just like cover or helmets. But there is a problem with those insurance application. Like if there is a security problem with the smart contract, how can this project make compensation to the project that have problem?
Yes, it's already in the, let me say, we have it already in the platform. To buy cover for your insurance, you have to pay for the cover. The price is being set dynamically in the smart contract. If there's an hack on your smart contract or a weeks on your smart contract, and you want to claim you want to ask for a claim, first of all, to eliminate fraud, because someone can just come and tell us that there's hacked their smart contract. So definitely to eliminate fraud, first of all, as a claim assessor, you have to stake some GRC token. So once you stake some amount of GRC token, we will look into the smart contracts using some on-chain oracles. Then after we've clarified that, okay, truly the smart contract was hacked, it's going to go through a multi-step voting process, because the platform is governed by the member. So it's going to go through a voting process, 3-step. In the first step, if it's rejected, it's going to go to the second step, and if your claim turn out to be true, the DRC you stake will be given back to you, and definitely you are going to pay for your the smart contract you insure, definitely. But if it turn out to be false claim, the DRC token you stake will be actually burnt. So for the voting, to make the voting fair and clear, also the members, before they participate in voting, they will also stake DRC token. If the votes in the majority, if you're in the part of the majority vote, you are going to get incentives, which will be also in DRC, and your DRC token also will be returned to you. But if you're in the minority side, because you say the truth, but you don't want to pay for, let me say, the insurance or so, the DRC token you stake will also be burnt. I don't know if that answered your question.
Okay, good. I can see the whole process, but mainly it's by the voting and the smart contract, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Babs here. I think this is quite interesting. I've always believed that the insurance industry is one of the has a massive use case for this sort of application, and in theory to really help confirm that this damage was done, and help fulfill the terms of the agreement, especially with the insurance company. So in theory, there's a lot of use case that we can see with this solution. However, looking at the real world scenario, say I hit someone's car and say third party insurance, how would you, for instance, fulfill that particular transaction? Would you be settling the, say, mechanic or the person that was hit? And how would you onboard these people? The real practical scenario of actually getting this particular product to market. How do you intend to educate and solve the knowledge gap that has to be crossed before massive adoption can come to this?
The first question, for instance, if your car gets crashed, who is going to be, definitely we are going to be paying the owner of the car, the person that actually paid for the insurance of the car. Decentralized insurance, there's still a lot of development to come in the long run. Even the projects that are in market now for decentralized insurance are still trying to find a way to solve real life problem. I think definitely we'll be paying the owner of the car for the sum of maybe a part of the car or a full amount. Since we are not into real life, this thing has not been actually looked into or documented. Yeah, and for the knowledge gap, definitely I believe few percent of people have insurance in Africa. That is even the traditional insurance. Not everybody insured or has insurance. So to bring the knowledge gap, I think definitely we'll be hosting webinars, live webinars, or meeting, and also maybe some community activities to bring people to the awareness of decentralized insurance, because it's far better than traditional insurance because of the transparency of that. I don't know. Is that your question?
Yeah, I think you had a good attempt on it. Generally, even in this example I gave of the particular car issue, as you rightly pointed out, insurance penetration is very low in Africa, and that's largely because many people believe that it's easier for me to pay a mechanic directly to fix someone's car that I damaged than to allow the insurance company to take care of it, because that might take, let's say, a 2 weeks or so. And one of the things this solution solves is it can help provide instant settlements, as it were, or near instant settlements for that particular damage. But as I said, the biggest bottleneck you'd have to solve is actually getting people to see that that problem has been solved and getting them to actually, come in and use and see how, that will scale from there. But yeah, good job, guys. Good job.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. So, Chidabam, who do we have coming up next?
Right. So up next, we actually have another decentralized insurance project. So back to back, we have Oluwaseun from Group 28. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. So I was looking for you. Okay.
I'm about to share my screen. Okay, can you all see my screen now?
Oh yeah, yes. Go for it.
Good day, everyone. My name is Oluwaseun from Group 28. Our team built a product focused on insurance that we call Crypto Insure. And I'm presenting our product to you now. You've probably heard the word cryptocurrency before, no? Some of you may even ask what they are. Well, cryptocurrencies are basically digital assets and their owners care about them a lot. So much so that they take any measures they can think of to keep them safe. But how do you protect your assets from losing value? You can't really. That's what you can protect is yourself. And that's where we come in. Because we are Crypto Insure, a decentralized insurance company that lets you buy coverage plans for your Binance Smart Chain tokens, protecting you when the market dips. Now, in this demo, a person decides to create a policy to insure his BNB using MetaMask. The person decides to create a 12-month plan to insure their 1.12 BNB. The smart contract verifies that they have that amount in the wallet and collects it to hold for as long as the policy is active. The contract also records the price of BNB at the time which we get from Chainlink, along with some other important details regarding the plan. Next, the client has to make the first out of 2 payments for the plan. The second payment is made halfway through the plan. And once that's paid, the details are updated and the BNB is automatically insured. That's right. All you need is a wallet address to create your plan on our platform. No KYC forms or sensitive information is required. So if the price of BNB should drop during the policy duration, which in this case is 12 months, our clients can make a claim. And once the claim is determined to be valid, that means the price of BNB dropped by more than 40%. And the client is compensated for what they lost and the plan is terminated. Then the client will be able to withdraw his assets from our site and need to return back to his wallet address automatically. Crypto Insure's best benefit is the seamless underwriting of insured policy, seamless in the sense that it is an automated set of fixed rules that executes according to market conditions. During this whole process from beginning to end, no manual operation is required. Everything is automated. We will also apply various value analytical methods to data we receive, and we'll be applying forecast price for future purposes. Okay. Thank you for listening to this presentation, and thank you, Binance, for this opportunity. Now I'll be ready to answer any questions you may have.
Brilliant. It's nice and concise, beautiful stuff. So Oluchi and Tutor, you are up. What questions do you have for the project?
Okay. I'm particularly thrilled by the Crypto Insure project. It's brilliant. It's timely. It's needed. And I think it's a very good project that has a future. Now, the question I have for you is basically to find out if the incentives that you have marshaled out for people to use this platform is good enough for you to attract, a global attention, because a project like this is quite global. It's not just for Africans, but anywhere in the world can access it. There are not many successful blockchain insurance projects. And part of the reason is because a lot of people don't see enough reason why they should use them. So I will again want to know if you have thought about that enough, because that's exactly what you need to do to get people to use this because of the value that it offers. So can you let us know how well you have
Yes, so
sign your incentive mechanism.
Yeah, we thought about those issues too. So one of the benefits of this project is if there is no need to make any claim and the policy expires, you can get bonuses from your from the payments you made. You get a percentage back. And then there are also incentives for long-term coverages, which means because we're going to add longer durations. So basically, we're focused on long-term holders of the plan. And while this is done, your assets will be, during the insurance plan, your assets will be sent to us, which means they'll be protected and secured. No one can hack your address, or you leaking out the information of your address will not affect the assets. It will always be there secured for you to use. And we also want to work on the pricing plans to encourage more people who have less smaller crypto amounts. Then your assets, unlike with some people who do this plan, which means sometimes they lock the assets, your assets during the insurance plan. We allow you to cancel the plan anytime you want, which means you always have access to the plans in case you want to stop at any time. The only thing that you lose is the payments you've already made. That's all.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
I think we may just have some technical issues with the Lucci. So judges, do any of you have a second question for the project, or can we move on to our second to last project, I think?
Yeah, I have a question. I mean, this is insurance for market dips. It sounds too good to be true, really. And I would just like to know what sort of like what the business plan, right? How you guys are thinking about it. So, for example, what happens if like how would you be sustainable, right? Because obviously, once the smart contract would probably not make a lot of money because there will be so many dips and all the premiums will be paid out. Like over a period of time, it will eventually be paid out, right? Because there are always dips, right? So how do you plan on having a business that is sustainable really from this?
Okay, what we've thought of already is the payments that the clients make. The clients will make the payments in the crypto that they are insuring with, but we convert it to stablecoins on our back end. And we also have we also plan to mix in with Pancake Swap to provide liquidity and other ways to gain more to gain more from the payments made. Then we will also increase higher premiums for riskier assets. We just like BNB now is more stable than some other BEP20, some other Binance Smart Chain tokens that are out there. So depending on the crypto you want to insure, the risk can be extremely high or the premium can be extremely high or extremely low. And then there's it's only the premium is decided in the beginning of the plan. So you don't get any sudden charges from anywhere. You just make two payments, one at the beginning and halfway through the plan. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. So we are approaching the tail end of our presentation currently. And next up, we have our second to last project, project number 9. And tell us a little bit about what they're about, Chidaba. Sorry, Chidaba, you're just muted.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so second to the last project, we have a decentralized betting and farming platform. Exciting. From group 30, we have Opeyemi. Pemi, are you ready to go?
Yes, I am. Hi, everyone. Can I share my screen now?
Yes, you can.
I'm unable to share my screen at the moment. I can see that the host disabled participant screen sharing.
Hi, sorry. Can one of our hosts just tend to that? Ah, there we go. Should be able to in the next minute or so.
Good now.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
So can you see my screen now?
Yes, perfect.
Cool. Hello, everyone. My name is Okwemi Olabode. I'm representing Team 30 of the Binance Africa Masterclass. Our product is SmartBet, the smart way to bet and earn even more. This project solves the problem of trust and transparency between bettors and traditional betting platforms, and does that by providing a centralized and trustless platform for these betting engagements. On top of that, we provide bettors with opportunity to earn additional profit on their wins. So here are our key values. Anyone with cryptocurrencies can place bets, and we currently accept BUSDs. Also, for as long as bettors keep their rewards in the pool, they earn dividends from the platform. Another innovation here is our safe bet strategy. The platform ensures that there will always be enough funds for expected payouts at the point of placing bets. On top of that innovation, bettors are issued smart assets, which are basically NFTs that hold and keep track of the value of the bets, as well as the accrued incentives and dividends of the farming. Now, to crown it all, we understand that the more liquidity we have, the more profit we can get to share with all liquidity providers. That is the bet winners who hold their NFTs. So we use gasless transactions powered by Economy to drive user adoption. You can check out our full documentation at smartbet.kickbook.io. So here's what our system looks like. We get live data from about upcoming matches from third-party APIs. Then next, the admin lists matches that can be bet on. Then the bettor places bets using funds from his or her wallet, and in some cases through Economy. Number 5, the native BNB is swapped on PancakeSwap for BUSD because all of our bets are in BUSD. And then a smart asset is minted. Number 6, the smart asset is minted for bettor, and then it keeps track of the bet value as well as the accrued value. Through Chainlink Spot Oracles, the match result is determined in a decentralized way and updated on the platform. The platform goes ahead to trade with finally, it goes ahead to trade with the stable coins in the lending and farming protocol. We have implemented Venus, and we hope to integrate other aggregators. So here's my amazing team, myself, Damilola Idris, and let's show you what we built. So you're welcome to Smart Bets, the smart way to bet and earn even more. So the first thing is the admin checks for the upcoming games, and the admin is going to create the match that's between Chelsea and West Ham that is slated for today, I believe. We have, yeah. So we have a provision for custom odds, and then we can also select other bookmakers like Bwin. We get all of this through the API, and so the match is created. After the match has been created, the bettor can then go ahead to place bet. These are other matches that have been created on the blockchain, and so the bettor is going to place a bet. First of all, a bet has been placed on Chelsea playing away, but this current bet is going to be for a draw. You can see here at this orange spot that the user can see the equivalent BUSD. After the bets have been placed, these are the smart assets. Sorry, let me rewind a little bit. You can see here the equivalents in BUSD, and so you know the user knows how much BUSD is actually being staked. And then these are the smart assets that the user currently has, and you can see the accrued interest, the initial value that their bets hold, and all of that. So the user can withdraw at any time, which is what you see here, the withdraw payout. For our future, excuse me, please. Yeah. So for our future implementation, we are looking at integrating more stable coins for more adoption, as well as more aggregator protocols for maximum yield.
We're also looking at having to place bets with the value of the smart assets themselves. So since the smart assets are pointers to the values, we can place bets from that value. And then finally, we are looking at giving more power to our smart assets holders by creating a governance structure through that will further guide how the platform operates. So thank you very much.
Brilliant, brilliant. So to be asking questions, we'll have our two well-known judges, Hugo and Yele from Bundle. Go ahead, judges.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Okay. Oh, no problem. I think let me just go. No problem. Yeah. This is smart bets is amazing. I was really impressed with the presentation, with your idea about how you're being able to even accept bets and creating NFTs. Just like representing the regular betting slips. And personally, I'm here. I'm based in Nigeria, and I know that betting is something that is, it's now like it's something that almost everybody does. So I think it's something that is really great. So I have a question, and a suggestion, but then I'll just take the first question. The question I have would be for your Biconomy integration, right? You're trying to process gasless transactions, which is cool. Okay, but how does that affect your overall revenue that you're generating? Because even if you're processing gasless transactions, you have to pay for the fees. So it's either the protocol, which is you pay for it, or the end user pays for it. So how do you eventually manage all those fees? Because you can wake up in a day, right? The way a lot of people place bets, people can place like 10, 20, 30 bets. And yeah, it's on the Binance Smart Chain, fees are low, but then these things add up. Imagine you receive 1 million bets a day, and each one costs about $1 or 50 cents in gas fees. It begins to add up. So how do you manage that? Or is it just like you have a promo or something? So how does that work in the overall structure, in your business model, right? How do you fit in those costs? Yes.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much for the question, Ugo. So the integration with Biconomy, the gasless transaction, is just for early adoption to get as many as people into the system. It's like a marketing strategy to, and then of course it also helps with the user experience, so that even those that have not been used to crypto can, do it very much freely, and that's it. And then our revenue strategy is that, first of all, we know we are going to be making a lot of money from the bets that are lost, and of course then we are also integrating with the lending farming protocols to make returns. Now our smart bet strategy ensures that we don't lose money on matches. And that's quite the safe bet now, and that's quite interesting. And of course investors also share in the returns, so it's we are going to be making a lot of funds, but the whole of the Biconomy integration is just for early adoption. It's not a sustainable plan.
Yeah, thanks. Just one suggestion, Yele, sorry. One suggestion would be, this is great. If you have a token, I can't remember seeing if you have a token or not, but if you have a token, it would be great to incentivize people to act as agents. So let's say people create new betting shops, the way you have Bet Niger, Naira Bet, and all these guys. You can actually incentivize agents to create betting shops, right, without even having to go through. And then when they create those betting shops, people can come in and place bets. Well, I don't really know how that will play out with authorities and everything, but I think this is an absolutely brilliant idea. Yeah, great work. Thank you.
Thanks for it. Thank you very much.
Right. Thanks, for your presentation. So my question is, it wasn't clear to me if this was a peer-to-peer based betting platform. So how, like, who pays for, if someone wins places a bet and they're successful, who pays? Who does the payout? Where does the money that they win come from?
Okay, so the money actually comes from the smart contract, from the core smart contract here. Once you place bets, we are currently implementing the decimal hold system. So if you place a bet of 100 BUS dollars, BUSDs on a bet of 3.0, you are expecting a 300 BUSD. All of the payout is going to come from the smart contracts, but at the same time we have a reserve. So the reserve is not mixed up with the available funds that we use for payout. The reserve is what we use for the lending over here. So it's not a peer-to-peer, it's directly from the smart contract pool. So once number 6 here, after the bets have been placed, an asset is generated for the user. Once the user wants to cash out, the user presents that the smart asset to the smart contract, and the smart contract goes ahead to invalidate that. And then from the pool, the funds available in the smart contract, the payout is done. The integration with Pancake Swap is just a swapping. All the funds reside in the core smart contract. So it's smart contract to the better.
Okay, so but that means that in the beginning they would need to have some kind of liquidity or float
funds.
to
Yeah,
yes.
Obviously,
like the house.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, generally the betting companies, the house always wins in quotes, but you still need like some funds to bootstrap the smart contract in the beginning. But no, so really good application of blockchain, and hopefully this is something that the team continues to thanks.
Thank you very much, Yali.
Absolutely brilliant project. Like I said, I don't know how much amazement I have left, but we have come to the end of our presentations now. And last but most certainly not least, will be introduced by our very own Chidima.
Right, perfect. So yeah, like Brenton said, last but not the least, we have group 5. We have group 5 with Edem. I hope I pronounced that right. Presenting a coin pool project. So let's go. Yeah.
Sir, please, I'm just trying to share my screen.
That's fine.
All right. Good day, Binanceans. Good day, judges, my teammates, and my fellow team leaders. My name is Edem, and I'm the leader of Group 5. And together, we've been able to build CoinPool. Now, what exactly is CoinPool? CoinPool is a truly decentralized crowd lending protocol. With CoinPool, people from all over the world can come together and lend money to themselves without having to know each other. Basically, what it does is people come together and they agree to contribute a certain amount of a digital asset to lend to each other in turns, with a time interval between each turn or circle. Now, the general problem with such setup like this is that a member of the pool can decide to not fund the circles after he has been paid earlier, thereby causing other members to lose. CoinPool solves this problem innovatively using 2 ways. Number 1, staking, and number 2, a reward system. These methods are going to be demonstrated live here as we explore CoinPool. Okay, can everyone see my screen? So using CoinPool, the first thing to do is you have to connect your account. And after that, you have to fund it. We support multiple protocols, ERC tokens, EIP tokens. So you have to fund the vault. So this is we funding our vault here. Now the accounts here have already been funded for time 6, so we get to save time. Now, after funding, the next thing we do is to create a pool. Now, the pool can have a name, and we select an asset we would like to contribute in the pool, and we select the amount. Now, the first innovative thing about CoinPool is observed here. How do we make sure that someone doesn't stop halfway, someone doesn't quit halfway, thereby causing others to lose? Is by also selecting making them to stake another asset, another asset in the pool. So different from what is being contributed. So anyone who wants to join this pool, or even the creator, needs to have that amount of that asset to stake as well. So the pool is being created here. Now the next is to join. So I'm going to select a new account here. Okay, so we are joining right now. Now this individual has both the contribution amount and also the stake, which in this case is a ZAF token. Now, everything in CoinPool is with time. So each cycle has an interval. So to be able to speed up that, I'm going to reference the back end from time to time to...
Then you're not sharing the right screen. You're not sharing the right screen.
Okay. Okay. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me double back a bit. So this is creating the pool here. So we select the amount and we select the stake. Now that's confirmed, and I'm going to select a new account to join the pool. Now each pool has a minimum number of members that it's going to need to meet before it kicks off. So I'm going to connect the next member. So the next member is connecting, and he has he has the stake pool as well. So we are referencing the back end here so that we can speed up time, because everything here is with reference to time. So I'm going to be doing this sometimes. Okay, now the pool has started running and people can start funding. Okay, so now this pool now appears here as an active pool or a running pool. So we can get to view it. Now, this is the first circle, as we can see here. There are 2 circles for the 2 individuals who have joined. So the first individual has paid, or is paying currently. Now I'm going to make it, the next individual won't pay. So we'll see what actually happens if someone decides to default. So I'm going to speed up time again. So immediately that happens, you notice that the pool would transition into a new mode, auctioning. So what happens here is that the individual who defaulted, his stakes are now being offered up for sale. So this is the backend. This is what actually handles those transactions. Here's where we get to stake, which is called when someone is trying to join the pool. So this is the circles and contract here. This is what handles the auctioning. This is what handles selling off of assets of defaulters. Okay, now let's get to see what is on the market. Now this individual is the person who defaulted, and his stake is being offered here for sale. So some other person can get to buy it, thereby pushing the required amount of pool assets back into the circle, and then taking his token so that the circle can resume its working. Okay, now that's done. So now we get to see here, this person bought the token, and he has paid that asset into the pool for the person who defaulted. Okay, here we also see the next innovation of CoinPool. How do we make sure or incentivize people to want to pay early so they don't have to default on their asset be sold? We do this by rewarding them. CoinPool has a native token called the CoinPool token, and for every person who gets to pay early, he gets one CT, one CoinPool token. So this user paid, and he got his. So I'm speeding up time now again for the next second. Okay, so here everyone is going to pay in, no defaulters. So the first person is paying. Okay, that's confirmed, and I will switch to the next account. Okay, and next person is paying. So here we see it also keeps track of who has won. So we know that this person won the first cycle, and definitely the other person will have to win the next cycle. So who wins for each pool is chosen randomly by the contract. Okay, now the transaction is complete, and everyone has paid. I speed up the time again. So a winner will be selected, and since this is the last cycle, it will be finally brought to an end. So you can see here now that it's concluded, and this poll is done. So as the poll is concluded, all staked assets are returned to the people. All remaining assets, all the balances are returned. So we see here this person only has one coin, the initial cycle, so he'll get one. Now let's check the vote of the other person. So here we see he has two because he paid in on time for each of the pools. So all assets have been returned. Okay, so this is the contract. This is what handles the vault and stores all tokens. Here is what handles the reward system. So every time someone pays into a circle, we reward him with CoinPool token here. So here handles the staking. So when everyone is staking, the amount is being taken from his vault and sent to the pool. So the circle here, this is what handles selecting winners. So it's done randomly. We keep track of who has won and who hasn't, so that someone doesn't have to win twice. Okay, so that is coin pool. So with this, lending and borrowing is done in a decentralized manner. Future implementations of CoinPool will see people using these C tokens, or their CoinPool tokens, which they've gotten, to improve their chances of being picked earlier than other people, or later if they wish. And people will also be able to buy these digital assets cheap. How do I mean? When they are being auctioned and then the price of these staked assets have increased over the other pair in the pool, you can get to sell them cheaper, so that people can buy them quicker, because we now have we can now get more than what we need to complete the pool. And also, when an auction gets too long, the stakes can be sent to a savings protocol like Zen Finance to generate profit for the community. Now, how does the community also benefit from this? If we go back to the vault, you see that after the pool has ended, there was a slight difference in everyone's balance. This is because for every circle one, a certain amount is being transferred, sent to the community, so that they can keep on maintaining it. So in summary, CoinPool provides a truly decentralized crowd lending service. Unlike other DApps in this space, it does this through staking and rewarding. So through the rewards, you see people actually get value from borrowing and lending. So we feel this is a great way to implement lending.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Group 5. So our final questions will be coming from Aluchi and Akin. Please feel free to go ahead.
Okay, so quick question. Nice project. I see the decentralized pools and the lending platform. Makes sense. So my question is, how do you think about using crypto versus stablecoin pools, and which kind of pools do you incentivize the user to use on your platform, or right? And then what, essentially, so how do you think about like stablecoin versus, let's say, BNB pools, and because there'll be fast. I mean, USD stablecoin pools are probably much more safer than for a customer, right? Versus, let's say, crypto pools. And how do you educate users that come to your platform just to ensure that they are safe, something like that?
Okay, well, I will think of implementing both stablecoin pools and other tokens as well. Well, we would tell the members that yeah, things can be quite volatile, but the aim of CoinPool is basically we are not just the volatility doesn't really affect their value. Now they are staking something different from what is in the pool, so their stake still remains. If they continue to pay in at their stake, whether it's a stable coin or something different, it's going to be put back to them. But in the case where what they're staking reduces in value, I think they'll be able to, they'll have a choice to either withdraw, take the loss, or they could let that stake be invested in a system like Zen Finance so that it can accrue interest and they can be able to get back their capital or get back their stake.
Okay, so one other question. I really didn't get the cycle bits, right? So what's the point of having winners and so is it that the staking rewards are not shared across to everybody and then only some certain winners are selected to?
Okay, for each cycle, everybody gets to contribute. So the amount being contributed for each cycle is now given to the winner, to a random person chosen as the winner. After that cycle has completed, the next begins, and everyone still gets to contribute there as well. And that the pooled asset is being given to the next winner. So this happens till everyone has a chance at the pool, and everyone has been has won or get a chance to get the assets.
All right, that clears up some things. Okay.
Luigi? Hi, Luigi. You're just muted. Okay, I think we may have lost Luigi. So judges, does anyone have a follow-up question for the final project before we move on to something very, very exciting? Yele, Prophet, maybe one of you can give it a go.
In the you mean?
I think we got a very good look at Group 5's project. I mean, the explanation was quite in depth. So what's happening backstage at the moment is the judges are frantically getting up the final scoring. So Eden Group 5, congratulations on an exceptional project. And while the judges are just finalizing and putting the final touch on those scores, we, as promised, have some very, very exciting news for all of our developers and for all of our viewers out there. And to make these exciting announcements, we have Emmanuel Babalola, who's the director of Binance Africa, as well as Jeff, who is a senior member of the Binance Smart Chain team. So take it away, gentlemen.
Hey, hello everyone. This has been a very, very exciting one. We have witnessed several amazing projects today, right, Jeff?
Yes, yeah.
Just after 8 weeks of learning and 3 weeks to build, over 500 developers across 50 groups are already using amazing stuff. Remember that all these projects you've seen just now are simple MVPs built as class assessments by the top 10 teams of this cohort. We just decided to exhibit those projects for the entire world to see how this period, this 8-week training has evolved into this. And I want to appreciate every team member that's presented and the people that worked backstage for making Africa proud. You guys are amazing. And I think this is just the beginning, actually. Early stages stuff. Developer talents will continue to rise across Africa, men and women that will build solutions that people would use. And now for a very special announcement, for the first time ever, we'll be having Binance Hackathon in Africa. And this is massive because it's something that everybody has been expecting for a while. So the Binance Hackathon series is coming to Africa in exactly 1 month from now. and a lot of money will be available to be won. So we're encouraging all developers across Africa, blockchain developers and non-blockchain developers alike, to make it a date and just keep watch for that announcement where more information will be shared about how that will happen. But it's important you fix this in your calendar. Come May ending early June, you'll be expecting to have the kickoff of the Binance Hackathon in Africa. So just get ready. And the key thing is just building blockchain solutions that will solve real problems in Africa, right? And help bring Africa into the forefront of this next fintech revolution. So let's welcome Jeff Zhang, is the BSC community manager, to just make some additional comments and announcements. Jeff, you can take it off from there.
Yeah, thank you, Beth. And I need to congratulate everyone. I hope you guys have enjoyed the past 11 weeks and the process of building your demo project. And I'm very amazed by you guys. Yeah, and I think for this is not the ending, it's actually a start. Just like Beth mentioned, we are going to have Africa hackathons. And I want to say that right now you have equipped yourself with the blockchain technology, and blockchain is actually a broadly permissionless technology. And there's actually one prominent developers called Andre Kongje. Andre Kongje is from South Africa, and he's a solo developer, but he's known by everyone in the world in the blockchain field. So you can build the projects and not just serve the Africa and serve the world. And so before the hackathons, there are two more programs African developers can join. The first program is called Builder Reward Program. And Builder Reward Program of Binance Smart Chain is very simple. You build your contract and you register your contract. If a lot of people use your contract, you will get BNB rebates. And for the price in March, we have distributed $1 million in BNB, and in February we distributed $3 million in BNB. So this is a very encouraging program for developers, and you can find more details on Binance.org blog. And the second program is called Most Valuable Builder Program. It's also known as MVP program. We just closed the first round MVP programs, and 10 teams get 10,000 USD money support and some security audit support. And top 3 teams, 2 teams get listed on Binance.com and 1 be invested by Binance.com. And we just released the second round of MVP program called Big Banks of NFTs. So every project related to NFT, DeFi, or infrastructure can join this MVP program, and you can find more details on Binance.org as well. Yeah, so just keep motivated, and we have like more upcoming activities for you guys. Go back to you, Babs.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeff. We've shared the link to the MVP program that Jeff just highlighted on. We shared the link on the chat. So guys, jump on there and get more information. As we said earlier, there are a lot of opportunities for developer talent across Africa. And we are going to keep pushing more and more of these directly to you. We have a Discord server available for the Binance Chain community for developers in Africa. And also that family and community will continue to thrive as much as possible. I would like every single one to keep encouraging developer talent in Africa, keep getting involved in the projects that you're working on. Prepare for the next few months for your next for the next hackathon that is coming. The hackathon will span for maybe a month or so, but the key thing is that you start thinking about the ideas, start looking for team members, and see how you can compete with the rest of Africa. And yeah, I think that's all from our side. as we hand over to the final segment of this event, where we would get to hear the winners for these cohorts from the top 10 team. So yeah, the hosts, Brenton and Chidubem, thank you for having us.
Brilliant. So I've got to say, I am very, very excited by what we've just heard. In fact, I'm a little bit sad that I work for Binance because I don't now get to go and be out there building and participating, but I will be okay just making sure that we support all of you out there. So Jeff has dropped the links in the chat. It is an absolutely exceptional opportunity for developers. Make sure that you participate. And like you said, think big. I mean, Andre Cronje is known globally as a South African developer. I mean, ask anybody in the blockchain space who he is. And we hope that a year from now, it'll be your name that will be synonymous across the globe. So, don't count yourselves out. That is the opportunity that you have here. So we are very excited. And before we announce our top 3 winners from today, again, teams, don't be disheartened. I'm looking at the scoring, and there is an absolute slither that is separating teams. So each and every one of you have done an absolutely exceptional job today, and you should be proud of every one of yourselves. And we have some rewards for all of you, not just our top 3 teams. So for the first time, we have some very exciting news for all of our teams that participated, not just the top 3 and not just the top 10 who are here today. So there are a total of 34 teams who will be receiving unique NFTs that will give you some very special bonuses that we'll outline in terms of access to the BSC team, access to support. So 34 of our teams will be getting these unique NFTs. And to just break it down a little bit more, the top 3 teams and all of their members. So the top 3 teams we mentioned now, and every single one of your members will each be getting one of these NFTs or non-fungible tokens. But teams number 4 to 10, each of your group leaders and the top 2 elected members will also be getting these very same NFTs. So congratulations. And then every single group leader from group 11 to group 34 will each be getting one of these NFTs as well. So congratulations. We are absolutely thrilled with what we have seen today. Sorry, I'm just consulting the scoring quickly. So let's have a little drum roll before we announce our winners. And at least now you know exactly what you're going to be getting as a start. So and again, it's for all of the teams, each and every one of you need to be proud of yourselves. These scores are just points apart. In 3rd place, we would like to congratulate Group 33. You have done an exceptional job. So congratulations to the ADEX platform.
No.
And congratulations. Sorry.
Look at the sheet again, Brenton.
Looking at it, it says group 33. Oh, did you put, sorry, you put it in 3, 2, 1. Not, okay. So my apologies for that. So
I'm sorry. I noticed that. Did Oluchi here? Just feel the part of the score. Maybe you need to check it again.
Okay, perfect. So let's just give the judges 2 minutes. Like I said, it was so close. They probably, probably just deciding exactly which team. So I've got it here in front of me. Let's just give the judges 2 minutes to tally up their final scores. Just waiting for the scores. There we go. Perfect. So quick refresh. And there we go. So let's try this again. Sorry. So congratulations to every single one of the 34 teams that managed to push through the program. You have all done exceptionally well. To our top 10 that have been here today, you can see how much problems the judges are having separating all of you because you're just so exceptional. But those top 3 teams who are the winners of our first Africa BSC Masterclass Dev session are in 3rd place. We have Group 30. Congratulations. Exceptional project. Smart bet. You should all be very, very proud of yourselves. In 2nd place, we have Group 1. So Chad and the team, woo! Exceptional work. Whoop. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And in 1st place, we have Group 33 with the 8X platform. So congratulations to the 8X team. Congratulations to our entire top. You will all be getting your NFTs, not just you, but the entire team. So like Hugo is saying, I think you all deserve a round of applause. Exceptional work. It's been 11 weeks of hard work to get to where we are today. And like Jeff and Bubs told us, this is just a start for you. I'm so excited to see what the next year holds for these teams, these team members. And to be honest, for some of these projects that I've seen, I don't think you're very far off going into a live commercial environment. So maybe these NFTs will help you to get there. So thank you so much to everybody today for joining us. Thank you so much to the teams, the projects, for all the work behind the scenes. Thank you to the Binance Smart Chain team for driving this 11-week program and providing the exceptional support and knowledge. So for a few final words, I just want to hand over to our esteemed judging panel, specifically Jeff, Emmanuel Babalola. Can you tell us a few things we have to look forward to? Just remind us of a few of those announcements. And we just want to thank our esteemed judging panel. They're all, like I said, very big names in the crypto and blockchain sector. So to have them here today has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Brenton. I think everyone should turn on their videos, all the judges, the top 10 teams, everyone just turn on your videos. Let's just, greet the house. Yeah, so as we said,
hi guys.
Hackathon is coming up in 1 month. Get ready for that. And also join the various programs going on for the developer community across Binance as we are actively supporting all the progress we're making. So feel free to connect with any one of the developers, in case you want to start teams. I know guys are already planning how they want to, compete in the coming hackathon. So and then just something that wasn't mentioned, the NFTs will also be used to provide, internship placements in several BSC companies. Most of the BSC projects we have are already requesting for interns from this cohort. So those NFTs will also grant that access as they become available. So we appreciate everyone for joining this program. Thank you all the judges, Yele, Ugo. Please just say hi, Chuta, everyone.
Hi, Babs. Thanks a lot for the opportunity. Peace.
Yeah, great job, guys. Great job, guys. I'm actually still looking at some projects behind the scenes, though. So please, if you can reach out to me, please just kindly do things.
Awesome. Yeah, we're done here. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks, Yili.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. See you next time. See you in the hackathons.
Thanks for the opportunity, Binance.
Thank you very much. Really grateful.
Bye.
Bye, guys.